Alex, you have a dog, right?
Yeah, jabroni.
Who walks it? Do you walk it?
Usually no.
Please tell me someone walks that dog, Alex.
Yeah, no, my mom does.
Okay. I walked him. Which is terrifying, because, you know, that implies I walk. But, you know how
I truly can't imagine such a dystopian reality.
Yeah, you know how I'm, a brain-broken, shut-in? Who wakes up at, like, 4 in the afternoon. I walk my dog at about midnight. And I just walk him around, like, the neighborhood for, like, about half an hour, 40 minutes, while listening to a podcast. Mostly because, he is not good, because my brother, fantastically, I think I may have mentioned this before, but Tim used to be my brother's dog, before I got him, and my brother, genius that he was, trained the dog to respond primarily to whistles. Now, Alex, guess what I can't do?
Whistle?
Yeah, I can't fucking whistle. So, I can't, like, let him off the lead much, because he will just run away, and I will not be able to get him back, because he's trained to respond to whistles, and I can't whistle. If I could whistle, he'd come back immediately, but, like...
Question.
Yeah?
Since I imagine you're Tim's primary caretaker, is he on, basically, your sleep schedule? Because you work, like, nights. Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Yeah, he is.
That's great. So he just, like, walks around at midnight. He's like, this is great.
Yeah, dumbass. Anyway,
does he walk, or does he kind of, like, pull you along?
He pulls me along.
Yeah, that's how I imagine Tim would be.
I, like, vaguely direct him, like, no, we're going to the left, Tim, you know, like, move his lead slightly, so it's like, it's clear we're going to the left, and he'll go, okay, come on, let's go! And then he'll just, like, drag me, like, violently, to, like, down the street. Point is, I had a horrible moment, when I was walking him last night. I saw someone.
Oh, no.
Like, I saw
the horror.
People.
The horror!
No, dude! I am an obese, like, hairy dude in a trench coat, walking a dog in pitch darkness. I am more likely to, like, freak someone else out than I am to be in any danger.
Well, it's funny you say that. I was actually gonna say, like, you know, like, sometimes, like, you might be out late at night and you see people, like, walking around, like, especially in, like, California, you see people walking around at night when it's not cold, in, like, full jackets, they have their hood pulled up, looking down, hands in their pocket, and you're like, that guy's kind of sketch. If I saw that, but they were walking a dog, you immediately become less threatening.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, especially, like, big, if it's like a Rottweiler, yeah, okay, maybe it's like, alright, maybe still stay away from him. But, like, if you see someone like that walking around, like, a medium or small dog, you're like, oh, look at that dude, like, you know?
You've seen Tim. Now, imagine, you don't know what I look like.
Yeah.
You don't know me. But you know what I look like. You see me walking, what the scuttering fuck am I looking at?
I don't know, but I guess we playing. Choose a card, Ethan! Place your bet. What do you think it's gonna be? I don't know what any of this... I don't know what I'm looking at, you know?
Oh, it's like roulette.
Is it?
It's just like weird, like, but it's like card roulette.
Oh, and it eliminated 6 from the blue.
Fuck yeah!
This is some weird shit. Okay, and the more you play, the more it eliminates certain things. That's actually interesting.
Huff my farts.
Yikers.
Right in the sneezy, you geezer.
So let's fucking. I'm down to clown with gambling. Let's get it out here.
Nope, I've given up. I already don't care anymore.
What do you mean? Dude, we were eliminating the odds.
Alex,
See,
you need help.
now all the odds are back.
But yeah, how would you react if you saw me walking down the street and you didn't know me with that? Like,
I would, you'd be fine because I would see like some fat dude getting pulled along by an overly excited dog.
Even though he's fucking wearing a big raggedy ass trench coat, it's like
yeah, it would just. Honestly, I think the attire would make it funnier.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't worry when I'm outside at night because again, I'm a fat, hairy, white dude. I look like someone who is gonna like sexually assault a woman in a PSA. Like I am not the guy who I don't look like a guy who gets attacked, you know?
Yeah.
Not even that I'm threatening. I'm just completely unappealing as a victim. Like, you just wouldn't.
No. Also, you're gonna get that guy in back there?
But what if I beat Alex? What if I beat you?
Get good.
But that's what the woods that I was trying to go into are for.
Was that words in there? That's what the was trying to go for.
Oh, have you seen that fucking wiggly tree? Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, she might give you the watering can that lets you fight it.
36. My little sister got all excited and went to see it. I'm worried. Isn't it dangerous? Alright, bye!
Maybe not then, I guess. I don't know.
I think you told me. You looked it up. I think I have to beat the guy.
Is it you have to beat the guy? I'm gonna look it up again. Oh, come on.
The point of that entire story was just that entire discussion was literally just that I saw some people outside and I was walking and it freaked me the fuck out because I'm like really not used to seeing people when I'm walking the dog, and I had to like walk right next to them.
Yeah.
Although, fun thing, you said that that like you wouldn't even bother you if you saw me because I'd be walking a dog. But I used to just go for walks without the dog at like 1 in the morning down like the seafront. And the thing is that on the seafront there aren't any fucking lights, which means I would just emerge out of the darkness on top of people sometimes. And my sister was like, "Oh no, Ethan, what if you get hurt?" And I was like, people shit themselves when they notice I'm there. on the rare occasions there's someone there. Because they suddenly see a big fucking hairy shape in the dark and they fucking freak out.
And they're like, nope!
Oh, fuck, dude.
That Pokemon is always like...
It's
confused me as to what I'm looking at.
It's a raccoon?
Is it like jumping?
No.
Or is it being held up by its tail? Is it flexing at you? I don't know.
It's holding itself up with its tail while flexing at you.
Yeah, like look at this thing, man. This was like T-posing at someone before that became a thing.
No, he's not T-posing.
I know he's not T-posing, but like he's like it's about flexing on your enemies, okay? And he's doing a literal flex as opposed to a T-pose.
He's showing.
He's asserting his dominance. Also, why is this gym level, like, why is the first thing level 9? Why is everything such vastly different levels?
Everything is, like, really, like, the levels going on in this game are, like, really wild, and I don't get it. I mean, to be fair, this bitch has got, like, a lot of Pokemon.
I guess that's true.
Oh, fucking boosted, dude.
Oh, dude, we're boosted.
Nope, she's got 3. What? Oh, it's the same one. Cool.
Yeah. So like, cause like even in the first game, granted we played like the remastered version, but like everything seemed okay. Now it's a level 13. Like, what the fuck? Do they just get higher as they go? I'm not gonna try to work this out.
That was a normal damage rock throw, and it fucked him up.
The pseudo one fucked me up, fam.
The pseudo-wood is full of an evil hunger.
Actually, sorry, it's not even pseudo-wood, it's pseudo-woodo.
No. No. No.
It's
no,
even worse than pseudo-wood.
No.
Pseudo-woodo.
Alex.
Pseudo-woodo.
No.
Pseudo-woodo. Pseudo-woodo.
Alex.
Pseudo-woodo, pseudo-woodo,
Alex.
Yes.
You should know by now that you never, under any circumstances, pronounce the O in anything.
Pronounce the O in anything?
Yeah. You never pronounce the O.
This is gonna be difficult.
Are we...
Go! Shit!
Are we aware many
What are you doing?
have that letter in them?
You said aware and then went
Because...
Oh, because the word after. I thought you were just throwing an F at the end of aware.
have that letter in.
You want to you want to read this? He's having a fucking stroke.
They can. Lascari wants to battle. Lascari sent.
Oh my god, yeah, this is just
Oh
like...
god, I remember this fucking thing.
Yeah, this is just an amalgamation of Pokemon I, like, never see. Except for maybe Meowth.
The forgotten rejects of Gen 2.
Like...
And also Meowth.
you know, some gyms have a type except for the Ninja Gym. This gym's type is Reject and Meowth.
Enemy Snubble fainted. Mind Flayer gained experience pints.
I love that you went back to doing this after saying the word like forgotten and some other shit. Like you stopped doing it, then you're like, oh no, I'm still doing it though. Like
shush.
I'm still doing it. I never stopped, dude. Never stop. We roll.
I can edit around it. Shut up.
What the fuck you edit around it, dude? It's like, yeah, I could go this entire episode without saying the letter O, and then there's just no episode after that point. You could do that too. That is a way of getting around it.
Oh, Alex, I can't believe you've just like cool. Nothing in this episode's gonna show up now. It's gonna be a 30-second episode.
The moment we started doing that is where the episode ended. So you enjoying the Pokemons?
No!
What? Why not?
Because it's not the Digimons.
Oh, is that the one with the, what's his name? Scratchmon in there?
The one that eats poop?
Don't fucking bring that up. Don't bring garbage like that up again. God damn, dude.
Oh, I remember when I was a kid. Good old 2003. Playing Digimon World. I had the one that ate the poop.
I remember when I was a kid. Back in 1942.
Back in 1906. With world famous pugilist Tommy Ray Henley.
So I believe it's pronounced Pugilist, okay?
Pugilist. Hello, I'm Tommy Ray.
I like
Tommy Ray Henley. I've been known to poogle.
I poogle a little bit, you know. I dabble in the poogling.
I dabble with some poogle.
Dude, I'll poogle that. You know what I'm saying, dog?
I'll fuck with some poogle.
Dog, I poogle, dog. I poogle.
Did you poogle? Yeah, I fucking poogle.
What
is happening?
I think I'm losing my mind. Is what's happening. this poogling that I'm doing out here, dude. We're just poogling. We're just two guys. We're just two guys trying to poogle. Hey,
Nothing weird. Nothing strange going on. Zip, 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 zip. Just want to talk to you. Just poogling at it.
I am wearing, like, basically gym shorts.
Oh,
and
fuck yeah. Tell me what you're wearing.
I was doing the motion of zipping my zipper up and down, despite the fact I have no zipper. I'm just like, just a couple of guys. Just a couple of guys.
You will tell me what the difference is between a boat and a ship?
What is it, the fucking Nazi generals have come back for trivia time?
Yeah, hello, I'm Zombie Goering.
Have you seen, oh my god, have you seen, do you watch College Humor? Or have you watched College Humor?
I have been known to watch College Humor.
Have you seen the Grammar Nazi skit that they did?
Yes, where it's a parody of Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
Yeah, I have seen that.
I love that one. That's one of my favorites, because it has, like, I forget what the dude's name is.
Clefairy!
I forget what the dude's name is, but the guy that plays the Nazi there, as an actor, like, I love him. He's so good.
I can't tell you the name of that guy, but I can tell you the name of the character that's a parody of.
What?
The character that scene's a parody of is Colonel Hans Lander.
I need to find the name of this dude. I looked it up at some point.
He's like
Josh Rubin. Josh Rubin, that's who he is. God, he's so good. I love him.
He was in a lot of like old College Humor stuff, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was like one of the OGs. They brought him back when they started doing, it's like this game show that they did where like the game changes every time.
Oh no, it wasn't actually.
No.
My
but then Josh Rubin went on to like basically like fucking go and act in things because it was so good. Like, oh my god, he's in so many fucking things, dude. I love him though.
My favorite guy to come out of College Humor, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I think it's Brandon Mulligan.
Brendan? Yeah, Brendan Mulligan. Yeah. Everyone loves Brendan, yeah.
And have you seen, I think it's from that game show you talked about where the rule was Brendan can't win. And he goes on like a massive fucking tyrant. I was like looking up stuff about that, and apparently that was completely improvised. And when he was asked about it once, he said, "That's more or less how I normally talk, and I have to keep that in when I'm around people if I want them to treat me like a normal human being." Oh, Brendan Mulligan's just crazy.
Yeah, he's fucking great too. And like all the skits that he's in, he proactively makes every skit that he's in better. He's like Tim Curry for College Humor.
He's fantastic. He is truly a truly incredible man.
He also does
and he's here
D&D
tonight
on the side, which I haven't watched, but I've seen clips of.
What?
He does D&D on the side, like he
has
like
Dimension
D&D
20.
show.
Yeah. That's not on the side. I think he does that on like the at least it used to be. I think from that like weird fucking like subscription service like Dropout thing.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah. Does he do it for Dropout? I have no idea. I just saw.
I think he used to do it for Dropout at least. I don't know. I feel like I must have told you about the campaign I was in just before I joined yours.
I think you mentioned it before.
Where I was playing a bard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, shit! Awaken Sleep Pokemon. Oh shit! I don't think I have anything that will actually.
You don't have any revives.
Shit! I should have bought some. Fuck.
Rip. This motherfucker's just gonna spam roll out. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. What were you saying though?
But it was just like that was like the most insane example. It's not even specifically that. It's just the like comically railroady game.
Yeah.
Where this fucking DM, I was playing a bard. We found this, like, drow, this, like, good drow, out in, like, the woods somewhere, right? And we bring him back to town, and, like, the mayor of this town is like, oh, he must be the evil one who did all the things. Kill him! And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm a bard. I'm gonna try and, you know, talk the people down. And he just said no.
Yeah.
I was like, can I, like, I'm gonna, you know, try and persuade the villagers not to do anything. I'm gonna use my skills. No. What do you mean, no? No, you can't do that. They won't listen to you, Sue. I'm not gonna let you try.
Yeah, like that.
Fucking
it's
insane.
rather silly. It's rather silly.
This is also, this is the same guy who, like, once we finished, like, a quest in, like, the previous town, he said, okay, well, you hand your quest in, you get 500 gold or whatever, and then you are on a boat heading to the next town. I'm like,
it's fucking weird.
None of us said any of that.
Yeah,
like,
that's some weirdo shit right there. Like I don't know, man. Everyone has a different idea of what DMing should be, but I mean, like, I feel like that should be very clear. Like, hey, you know, what's the point of having a bunch of people play your game so they can do stuff? Like,
the thing is, it wasn't. Wow, you're mean. You
God.
shouldn't be so serious, you child.
You child!
Bitch.
You child!
Wah. Snivel hick, you meanie. Wait, are you not gonna give me a badge? Was that not the gym leader?
What?
Oh no, you made Whitney cry. It's okay, she'll stop soon. She always cries when she loses.
I think you have to, like...
What?
Oh,
what do you
okay.
want? A badge? Oh, right, I forgot. Fucking Christ.
What in the... The plain badge! I wasn't that far off! A normal type, here's the plain badge.
As you use strength outside of battle boosted speed, oh, you can have this too. TM45!
Don't know what that is. Probably a normal type.
Attract!
No, wow.
Great.
Alright, let's get the fuck
Perfect.
out of here.
Yeah, see you later.
Let's just dip out of here. But yeah, there's like a lot of like terrible like horror stories. Another one that I hear a lot of is like when a DM gets like a girl in their group, they start simping, because I mean D&D is probably most commonly played by fucking nerds. I mean that's not as much now, but like that's another common one you hear a lot of, you know?
I don't think he's gonna watch this, but there's a friend of mine who did that. And I was in his game. I think I mentioned this before, where there was the woman who was like
also,
the
hang
most
a right.
cartoonish. What do you mean, hang a right?
Because we have to go into the where the lady
Oh
was.
yeah.
The spritzer. Oh, she's not back yet.
Have you seen that wiggly tree that's growing on the? It's my little sister got all excited.
What the fuck?
And
I thought we were
soft
supposed to.
balls.
What
I don't
the
fucking
fuck?
know, dude.
The girl by Pseudo Widow should return to the shop when you talk to her after getting Whitney's badge from her. If they're both in the shop and you're not getting it, okay. Apparently they're supposed to both be in there.
Cool. Well, looks like we're being cucked on that score.
Wait a minute! Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Okay, so after you get the badge from Whitney, you talk to the girl in the flower shop, and then you have to go to where the pseudo-widow is, talk to the little sister there, and then go back to the flower shop to get the squirt bottle.
Eat my ass. What the fuck do you mean?
And then go back to the pseudo-widow to use.
Okay.
Holy
Hey
shit.
Alex, you ready? You ready for a big portion of this episode to get cut out, my guy?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
I'm just gonna walk back. We're gonna buy some stuff at the Pokemart and then we're fucking going to find Pseudo-Wood.
Yeah, woo! This is... Get some fucking revives. Also, normal potions are not gonna be as good anymore.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah.
Where's my revives? Oh, you don't have any.
Well!
What about...
Time to hit the old dusty trail.
There we go.
Oh, why do they keep with the Pokeballs? What?
Yikes. Give me some of them there, revives!
You want some of them revives? You could also maybe grab a repel or 2 or 3 or 4. You know?
A 5.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're a little bit low on money at the moment. There we go, yeah.
That's fine, we can sell an egg.
Oh, actually, you know what the good thing about this is? If you're walking back to the school,
you know what I am gonna do?
Egg might hatch. Sell it away.
Can you imagine wanting, like, actively, like, playing Pokemon, maybe like, oh yeah, you know what, I want more random encounters. Fuck me. Jumping fucking Jesus. Okay, no, I was telling you about this fucking friend of mine. So there was this woman who is like, it feels weird explaining the shitty things she did because it sounds like I'm lying. It's hard to believe that anyone could be as astonishingly shitty about playing like an RPG as this person. So. And Alex, you'll have to bear with me. Oh, motherfucking shit, cunt, bitch, fuck. Because I've 100% told, like, elements of this, when we've been playing D&D in, like, bits and pieces, like, all over the place. But, so, the stop... That's a radish with a face.
Yep. It's a hoppin'. Hey, Dizzy used Dizzy Punch! Holy shit! Good night. Get Dizzy. Sorry, are you distracted by this?
Yeah, sorry. Fucking Christ.
Dizzy is kind of,
Dizzy's got some anger issues, dude.
Yeah, Dizzy does not like radishes.
Oh my god, the fact that it's all green all the way through is kind of
Bulbasaur's looking... He's looking a little too neon green. Like, he's... You know, he's too green.
He looks sick.
Yeah, he looks like he's come down with this sickness.
Get out of here! Oh no, wait, no, that's Whirlwind, isn't it? That sends him out of there.
Yeah, no. And also, one looks, he's the only one left.
But yeah, so, this is a few years ago. It was like my last year of university. So it was like basically like my last, you know, chances to play, RPGs, in person, you know, before everyone fucked off to their various parts of the country.
Yep.
And my friend, who I'm not gonna name, but he's a friend of mine. He's like, he was a student. He was also like by that point a lecturer at the university. Invites me to a game of Dark Heresy. If you don't know, Dark Heresy is one of the Warhammer 40k RPGs. It's one of my favorite RPGs actually. It's Dark Heresy 2nd. I love Dark Heresy. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And did I just manage to somehow avoid all of these fucking trainers when I came through here, like, initially?
I guess so.
I'm gonna fuck this dude up in front of his kid.
Look, did you see that? Okay, hold on. Did you see that Pokemon, like, or the Pikachu face on this guy's shirt? That looked like some creepy pasta shit.
He got his Pikachu shirt from Lavender Town.
Yeah, exactly. No, like, after you kill this thing in, like, one more move, I want you to just look at that face for a moment and just, you know, just wonder. Just wonder, it's like, you bought that. You chose to do this?
Yeah, so I got invited to this game. And it's like me, and it's not at, like, the university, it's, like, actually at this chick's house.
Not to interrupt them, but, like, look at it. Look at it when it comes up. Ready?
Oh, yeah. You know what it genuinely is? It looks more looking. Like that, I can't remember the name of it, but the thing that's, like, not actually a Pikachu, but it's, like, wearing a
Yeah, the trash bag Pokemon.
Yeah, it looks more like that than an actual,
yeah, that looks
like,
terrifying, though.
Yeah, so we do that, and we go there, and so I go there, and it's, like, me and another friend of mine, and, yeah, the DM. Who's running the game. Now, of the people who are in this game, the only people who know anything about Warhammer 40k are me and the DM. Which, you know, and Dark Heresy is a very, like, investigative game. Which, you know, I grant, could, you know, obviously make it less interesting to the people who don't know anything about the setting. Because, like, the clues are gonna go over their head, or they're gonna be... The clues are either gonna go completely over their heads, because they're too setting specific, or they're gonna have to be made more obvious for the rest of the party, which means I'm going to get them immediately. Because I'm really familiar with the setting. So, you know, it's not a great situation. I get that. Now, you're in that situation, right? You're in this party. You're not really enjoying this game because you realise that, like, you know, it's kind of imbalanced. You're not having a great time. But you want to keep playing with this party. Alex, as a... I hate the fact that I'm about to describe you like this, but as a... reasonable human... Oh, fuck.
Wow, thanks, buddy.
Look, Alex, you know how difficult that was for me to say, right?
Fucking God. Yeah, go on.
But as a... Oh, God, I'm gonna have to say it. Oh, reasonable man. How would you deal with that situation if you're in that party?
How would I deal with running a game where it's basically
well,
like...
you're not running it, you're one of the players.
Oh, one of the players.
But you're aware that, like, half of the party isn't having a good time. But you enjoy, you know, being in a game run by that DM, but it's the system is the problem that half the party's having.
I mean, I would just talk to the DM and just be like, hey, I don't think the system is gonna work for what we have.
Yeah. That's the same thing. You talk to like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work, you know, but still, you know, I like this group. Maybe we could play a different system. Yeah. You know, maybe we could try some else. You know what this bitch does? She sabotages the campaign because we're working undercover, and my character is doing, you know, I'm not going to go into details of what it is, but, you know, the pretty standard, I secretly work for, like, a bad group situation. Also known as pulling a Rin. You know, like...
I was going to say, a lot of your characters tend to more towards the evil side, though.
God, it's almost like I'm a bit of a goth.
What a fucking thought.
You know, so I'm doing that, and no one in the party knows anything. They know that my character's mysterious, but they don't know anything that my character's up to anything. And we're also, like, we're not full Inquisitors. We're, like, Inquisitorial acolytes. But to get, like, you know, the local authorities working with us, we just introduced ourselves as Inquisitors. So instead of talking to the DM out of the game, this woman, chick, has her character walk up to the, like, authorities in this area, says, we're not actually full Inquisitors, and this guy, my character, is definitely evil because he's this. She doesn't know that, and she's got no way for her character to possibly know that, but she just uses meta-knowledge to, like, have her character just out my character as a heretic, out of nowhere. And then after she does that, and we say, you can't, your character doesn't know that, how can you do that? She says, I'm going upstairs. And then she just runs upstairs, and we're playing this in her house, and refuses to come down. Unless we just play a different game.
What the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
So at that point, we're forced to play Vampire the Masquerade. Now, again, Vampire the Masquerade, not a game I have a problem with. It's, again, it's one of my favourite RPG systems. I really like Vampire the Masquerade V20. Is it this bitch?
I don't know.
Not she's blocking the way to Golden City. It's preventing me from stopping. Something should be done about it. No. But yeah, so she does that, and then we start playing fucking Vampire the Masquerade. And then, so we're playing Vampire the Masquerade. We run a brief, a brief series of sessions in which she plays a character that does literally nothing the whole time. But just gets in the way, and that's all she does. And, like, refuses to engage in any combat. Like, regularly starts fights, but then refuses to engage in any combat. And eventually, we just give up on that campaign because she keeps making weird plans and then giving up on them, and it gets to the point at which we literally can't do anything plot-wise. Because she's just managed to break everything. And then we get, and this was run by, like, one of the other guys in the group, and then it goes back to the original DM, this friend of mine, who runs, his own campaign. Of Vampire the Masquerade. New York by Night. And in this, she plays a... Okay, so, to give you a bit of context, in Vampire the Masquerade, instead of, like, alignments, you have... The closest you get to, like, alignments is, paths. Which are basically, like, philosophies, the notion being that vampires stick to these philosophies in an attempt to, like, keep themselves from just turning into bloodthirsty monsters. Like, yeah, by sticking to these philosophies, it helps them control the, like, bloodthirsty monster part of their, brains. And stop them just turning into basically just fucking... They're monsters. And almost all vampires are on the path of humanity, which is standard, standard morality. Don't murder people randomly. Don't hurt people randomly, basic common sense morals. She decides to play one of the optional paths called the Path of Martyrs, or the Path of Tears, which is basically a lawful good paladin. Where her whole thing is she's playing a character who's mechanically, everything about her is she's a demon slayer who is supposed to be like a defender of the downtrodden, super good demon slayer. But the only reason she's playing that is because in their like set of 10 rules, it doesn't explicitly say she's not allowed to murder anyone.
But it's kind of implied.
It's clearly, if you're actually role-playing it seriously, there is no way that these morals... Like, the reason it's called the Path of Martyrs is it's all about they will suffer to protect the innocent. It's just that because of the way it's structured, and because of the way it's worded, like, no one in their right mind, no one, like, playing in good faith can understand that and, like, take that they're just allowed to murder people willy-nilly, you know? And so she plays this good fucking paladin thing, and she does, like, 4 wild... Ooh, great ball. 4 wild fucking things during this campaign. She starts... Okay, number 1, we have a dice... I don't know what you call them, but you know you get those, like, a dice tray, where you, like, you roll dice in the middle and everyone can see, right? We have a dice tray. DM rolls in the dice tray. Let's just, do specific DM rolls. My silly ass is rolling in that dice tray. The other player is rolling in that dice tray. She refuses outright to ever roll dice in the dice tray. She rolls on an app and never shows us them.
Yep.
Insists
that sounds about right.
Believe it. And she
that's about right.
Always succeeds, weirdly.
Yeah, weird.
She also actively makes a point of refusing to show the DM her character sheet.
Which, that is the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard right there.
She also, no matter what situation we're in, no matter what we're fighting, is convinced that she can beat any and all of the NPCs in the campaign. And she's like, yeah, well, I min-maxed the fuck out of my character. And she refuses to accept that, like, yeah, but the NPCs aren't built like a player character, so unless you're explicitly cheating, you can't guarantee that, like, it's completely possible that, like, the guy in charge of the city would just kick the fuck out of you. Because he's not a player character. But she refuses to accept it. She constantly tries to force player characters that she's played in earlier games into being important. She takes a trait that means that it's like, okay, there are traits, because Vampire is a very social, like, political game, there are traits that are basically like, you have X amount of, like, contacts who are, like, important, which is just you know them, and then there's a much more expensive versions of those traits, which is you are friends with these guys. She takes a trait which gives her So she like basically knows the phone number of a couple of important people in the city. But she behaves and insists throughout the entire campaign that they're her character's best friends and they'd do anything for her. It's not the trait she has, but she just demands it. She also does a lot of wild shit. Like, there's a bunch of like different vampire clans in the game that all in Vampire Masquerade that all kind of work as like their factions within like broader vampire society. At one point, she literally unprovoked puts a vampire of the Tremere clan into a coma. Which again, Marta, really into protecting innocent people, randomly puts some dude into a coma for literally no reason.
I have a question. How long did the Vampire the Masquerade portion of this go on for? Like, how many sessions?
Few months. Because we were all desperate for a game.
I mean, even then,
and the thing is that it got to the point at which me and the other player were playing around her. So we basically just left her to do her own shit, and we would go on with the campaign while she did all this wild shit, and occasionally she'd show up, do something dumb, and then we'd just go back to ignoring her. But yeah, she did that. She put a guy into a coma, and then acted shocked that his clan was angry with their character. She's like, yeah, but I've got their leader as one of my contacts. She's like, yeah, and you put one of them into a coma, you daft bitch. Like, she, like, threatened to wipe out their entire clan multiple times and then demanded an apology from them and didn't understand why that was unreasonable. Here's the thing, you can play an unreasonable character, but ideally the player knows they're being unreasonable. But she just didn't get it.
Even if there was, like, a lack of options in terms of
she raped another character. She raped an NPC at one point. Because she was a Ventru. And one of their, like, magic powers is a power called Dominate, and another one's a power called Presence. And Presence is, like, for what I would call, it's basically, like, kind of, it makes them passively better disposed towards you, whereas Dominate is you look them in the eyes and give them a command. She used Dominate on a human character, on an NPC human, and demanded that they sleep with them. And because she's literally mind-controlling them, they had to. And then when the rest of us went, what the fuck, you just literally, like, date-raped an NPC for no reason. She said, how dare you say that? Someone assaulted me once. And it's like, okay, if that's true, that's bad. I also really don't believe you, based on the way you've been behaving and the fact that you claim a lot of wild shit with no evidence, but, that doesn't change the fact that you just raped a character in our RPG, you fucking weirdo!
Yeah, see, like, even if there was lack of games, like, as a DM, I would have put a stop to it the moment I saw any fucking
but here's the thing,
like that.
Do you want to know why the DM didn't stop her?
Why?
Because he had a massive crush on her. And so, she got away
There it is,
with
and we've
shit.
come full circle.
Yeah, including, God, this is the best one. Okay, so, if a character is lying to an NPC, you ask the character, the player, to roll, like, the equivalent of persuasion or deception, whether or not they're telling the truth or not, yeah? She decided that unless the DM asked, she could be lying or telling the truth, or whatever. But she got to decide retroactively. Like, at one point in the campaign, there's, like, a villain that was related to her backstory came up and was like, I want to kill all the Tremere. Will you join me? And she said, maybe. I hate the Tremere. I'd consider doing it. And she didn't say she was lying. She didn't roll. You know? We moved on. Problem is, like, her character didn't know this at the time, but my character and the other player's another player's character were watching that interaction, and we're like, what the fuck? Then she said, oh, I was lying to him. The DM says, oh, roll deception. No, I'm telling the truth. You're telling the truth to the party now when you said you were lying to him earlier. Yeah. Then why didn't you roll to lie? You didn't ask me to. Fuck off. fucking DM's not psych, and that was like quite clearly she didn't know whether or not her character was lying. This is the quote that defines everything about her. Like, she just actively tried to take over every aspect of the game and make every scene about her, and like just tried to be the most powerful Mary Sue character ever. When I believe eventually, when like the DM did look at her sheet, she had been cheating the whole time.
Well, I mean, of course. Anyone that doesn't want to show the DM their character sheet or roles, clearly cheating.
There's not
like,
a good
without
reason
question.
for that. There's just not a good reason for that. But you want to know? We'll head off in the next episode. We'll head off to, like up to this road. But can I tell you the very last thing here, the wildest thing she said, which sums up everything wrong with her approach to RPGs? Now, would you agree with me if I said that even though, like, say in our D&D group, there's some inter-character tension.
Yeah.
You know, Bodvar fucking hates Clannin, for example, and Bodvar doesn't trust Rin, you know, shit like that. In a lot of games, especially actually ones that are much more roleplay serious, you can have inter-party conflict. And it can be a perfectly reasonable and healthy part of the experience. But even though that's true, would you agree with me that ultimately, RPGs, tabletop RPGs, are a cooperative, like, storytelling experience? They're cooperative by nature. It's people cooperating and having a fun time.
Yeah, they're supposed to be, and like one of the things I will say too, like add on to that, inter-party conflict is a thing where it's like either the party will eventually kind of come to terms and get along with each other enough to do an objective, or if they're so far differing from each other, then that usually leads to a fight, and then another like person or people come to replace them, and then, you know.
It can literally be like in games like Vampire that are built around it. Like that's half the game is you've got this thing, but you're also doing all your characters are pursuing their own agendas which conflict with each other. So it's like half and half. Yeah. But ultimately, it's a cooperative experience.
Yes.
The idea being everyone should be having fun. She said, and this is a direct quote, "I'm only having fun if no one else in the party is."
She is special.
Actively, she didn't mean, and she elaborated. She didn't mean it as like, oh, I'm trolling. She meant, unless the game is about me, I'm not enjoying it.
That's very
so fuck everyone
sad.
else is NPCs to my story. Was how she meant it.
Yep.
And she got away with that for a ludicrously long time until our DM, who is still a good friend of mine. And here's the thing: outside of that campaign, fucking great DM, like one of the best DMs I've ever had. Like, fucking top tier. Unless he's got a hard-on for a female player in the party, in which case he will let them get away with literally anything.
Yep.
But until he fucking grew the fuck up and, like, told her off. At which point, I believe she kicked us out of her house. And that cancelled the game, because we were like, we're not playing along with your fucking bullshit power fantasy anymore. She's like, well, no more game, get out. Your D&D game's alright.
Ethan, this whole story, this is the exact reason I don't listen to D&D horror stories, or like, I guess just tabletop role-playing horror stories in general. Makes me sad. I don't know how anyone puts up with shit like that. Whether I'm a DM or I'm a player, I see that shit, I'm out. I'm leaving, you know, like, I'm done.
Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you the best part about the fact that, and the thing is, it's not even gonna... He might get mad at me for telling the story in such detail, but that's why I'm not saying his name. But he's aware of like how kind of pathetic it was, like why he let her get away with so much of it. But do you want to know what made it even worse?
What?
She had a boyfriend.
Wait, did she mention that, or?
Yeah, no, he lived in the house with her.
Oh.
There was no chance for him.
Yikes. Well, I think it's about time we hit the old dusty trail on this one.
I didn't say your name.
This was This was a story.
What did we learn,
Well,
Alex?
what did we learn, Ethan?
Oh, we learned a lot of things about Dungeons and Dragons. It wasn't even Dungeons and Dragons.
It wasn't even
it was
about
Apple and
a tabletop. You kind of use the terms well,
Yeah,
I find myself using the terms interchangeably sometimes.
D&D it's like Nintendo in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where people just would say, "Oh, you're gonna play Nintendo," when they just meant a games console.
Yeah.
Like D&D
it's like
is
that
that
for any
RPGs.
It's like that for any brand, like Band-Aid, Chapstick, are just brand names. They're not
Google?
like what they're called. Yeah, exactly. It's just that sort of scenario, tabletop role-playing games and D&D.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, well.
Woo! Woo! Ric Flair.